I'll let you in on a secret. When I was a little girl traveling with Dad's circus, this was always my favorite hideaway.
By any chance, did your father ever find you up here?
Oh, many times.
He did?
Let's get out of here. God, I think we're safe with Charlie as our lookout.
I don't think we can count on Charlie. He's acting very disagreeable today.
I don't have to come up here to be insulted, thank you.
Oh, Charlie, what's the matter? Have I said something to hurt your feelings?
Oh, it's fine. It's certain thing.
He's sulky because I told him you had a sister. Yes, there is that, isn't there?
You can say that again.
Oh, you like him, don't you?
Talk yourself out of that part.
Well, he must have some fine qualities. After all, you're his daughter.
Maybe she takes after her mother.
Oh, quiet. You're a lookout, so why don't you keep quiet and look out?
Aye, aye, sir. But you look out.
Any treated person?
Oh, no.
Yes, God. Want to make an easy $5? Sure. I want you to chop some wood for me. Sure.
I can't understand why that fellow hit us.
Yeah. Gee, he didn't even give me a chance to insult him. I just opened my eye, and a fist flew in. Shit.
From Flamingo Island, you are in tune with Trans World Radio, Bonaire, Netherlands, and Philly. The sound of beautiful music, a regular feature on the international sound, Trans World Radio. Telling the world of redemption from the beautiful Caribbean and the peaceful island of Bonaire in the Netherlands and Philly.
Hello everyone, this is Warren and Bev saying hello to you from Bonaire, greeting you in the name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And we thought we'd send along a tape and some slides of our home and of our work and a little bit of the island of Bonaire. If you were to come to Bonaire, the best way to come is by airplane. And this happens to be the very airplane that we came down to Bonaire on. We came on Trans-Caribbean, and also KLM comes down to Curacao and then over to Bonaire. KLM is probably about the best arrangement to come because there's a direct flight that leaves New York City. I believe it's about 5:30 at night, and then there's a connection in Curacao over to Bonaire, and you can be down in Bonaire here at about 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night. And this is about the best way to come to Bonaire. It's the quickest way, and it's a very nice flight down. Next, if you did come to Bonaire, this is the plane that you would come on from Curacao. This is the KLM Dutch line or the ALM rather, that runs between Curacao and Bonaire and Aruba. And this plane is the one that comes in here. We have approximately, on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday we have 2 planes, and on the rest of the days of the week we have 1 plane a day. The airport is very unusual here. It shuts down. It's open for about an hour or half an hour a day. Whenever a plane is coming in, about a half an hour before the plane comes in, they go to the airport and open it up, and there's cars all over the place, and then as soon as the plane takes off, the thing shuts down, and it just looks like a ghost town, or a ghost airport at any rate. Next, as you would step down off the airplane, this is what you would see. This is the airport in Bonaire. You would come down to the corner, to the stop street, and this is Centro. And Centro is it's a small department store. It's something like a 5 and 10, isn't it, honey? And perhaps Bev can tell you a little bit more about it.
It's
This is the only store in Bonaire where they have about everything in the line of department goods. And you can buy anything from cosmetics, perfumes, down to shoes and boots and all kinds of men and women's clothing, toys. It has just about everything. It's very similar to the 5 and 10 back home, but it is the most complete store that we have here in Bonaire. The rest of them are more little shops and things like that, but this is the most complete that we have in finding about anything that you would desire to buy.
Well, if you went down from Centro towards the left again, you would go down along the ocean front there, and you would, in the background, you can see the dock and a big ship that's tied up there. And this little building here is the fish market, and this is where we get our fresh fish that we eat about once a week or so down here. If you could go into this fish market, it's all open, and there's a great big fat lady that stands behind this little cement slab here, and she's got a great big machete, and these fishermen bring these fish in, and I guess she pays them for them, and then she sells it. But she's a woman, she's pretty big, and she's about 50 years old, I guess, and she looks like an old rough Indian woman, and she's got a big long gown on and this great big machete, and she just hacks away at those fish and just chops them up, and she cleans them and everything else, and then she lays them out on that slab, and what the flies don't eat, that's what you get. And then, of course, if you went around the corner from the dock and just a block or half a block or so, you'd come up to Pedro Luis Bronstraat, and that is where the Joneses live. And this happens to be our front porch, the front entrance to our home. But all the homes here in Bonaire are all made of cement block, solid cement block, and we have jealousy-type windows. In fact, then the next picture would be Daddy and the two boys. But this was the kids. We were able to get some pictures of the kids in the water one day, and this just gives you a little idea of how clear and how clean the water is. It's very nice, and it's warm too. That's another thing. The water is like down the Jersey Shore there. Sometimes the water is very cool, but down here the water is warm almost 100% of the time, and the water is very calm. These are just these small waves that you see here. Now, we'll take you just to show you some areas of the island, different scenes of the island. We happened to be going for a ride, and we got stuck in this traffic. We got stuck in this traffic jam one day, and this guy was walking along with this stuff on his head. And I just happened to see him, and I thought I'd just pull up a little bit behind him, and I stopped the car and snapped this picture. But this is how the people go around, and this is how the roads are. They're very narrow roads, and there's not very much traffic at all. And they're fairly good roads, what roads they do have. Most of them are dirt roads, though. Just a few of them around the island. Rincon, and as you come up on the top of the mountain, and the road goes down into the little town. In the center of the town there, you can see there's the Catholic Church standing right up in the center, and this is a good part of what the people are here. And then as you look off to the right here, you can see the cactus, and you can see the hard, stony ground that isn't much good for anything, really. This is another part of the island. This is, again, at the north end, and this is called Gadamer Lake. This is a lake that is in from the sea. I believe that it is fed by the sea. There's a distance between it and the sea, but I believe that the water comes in through a stream or something like that. But there are flamingos up at this end of the island as well, and they settle in this lake. And this is taken from the very top of a mountain up here, and you'll notice there's a little shack down in the bottom of the picture, and this is where some old man lives, I guess, and he has some goats and tries to grow some corn on the side of the hill and to make a meager living. But this just gives you a view of a little bit of what the island looks like. There again you can see the cactus and kind of the barren land that is there. This is coming up the west coast of the island, and there is this little section where you can walk down these steps and walk along the beach there, and they have some small sidewalks there. And this was just kind of a scenic view that we had, and we just thought we'd point out the blueness of the water and how pretty it really is. Many times as we're going to work in the morning, we just look out the ocean because the road just runs along the ocean there on the way to work, and you can just see how beautiful it is to see the water. It's so clear, and yet it's blue, and it's really something. Even though this island doesn't have a lot of trees and green grass and everything like that, it does have other things that kind of take up for it. Also at that lake, you would see some flamingos. And these are very difficult birds to get pictures of because they're afraid of people, and as soon as you come near them, either walking near them or a car comes near them, they usually walk away or fly. Birds just walk around in this water, and whenever they eat anything, they have to put their head down right down in the water, and they eat bugs or some of the vegetation that's in the water or something. I don't know exactly what it is. Fish and other things. There's a man here on the island who sells souvenirs, and he has a couple of flamingos as pets. And he says in order for those birds to eat, he has to put their food in a pan of water, and then they climb right in the pan. They put their feet in the pan, and then they duck their head down under the water and take the food out and eat it. As you were driving up the driveway, heading towards our diesel building, which is on the right side, and the transmitter building that is on the left side. You can see the curtain antenna behind the transmitter building, and these poles that you see on the right-hand side of the picture are the feeder lines leading to the large 760-foot antenna, which we have some pictures of and we'll show you in just a little while. But this is just a general area, a general view of the property. Here you can see the ground where it isn't much good for anything. It just has a lot of salt and lime in it and everything else. Not very good. However, this is very good for our broadcasting because water being a good conductor of electricity, we are right on the ocean front there. I would say maybe 100 yards or so away from the ocean. And this is good for our signal. It strengthens our signal quite a bit by being so close to the water. Our work out there has been real good. We, of course, have been very busy. We've been doing a lot of maintenance work and a lot of fixing up in the building. There's been an awful lot of painting to do, as well as the engines have been going along quite well. We just adjusted the valves on number 1 engine about a week and a half ago, which is an all-day project. And in fact, today we changed the oil filters on that engine as well. You might be interested in the oil filters on an engine like that. There's 8 elements that go into one big oil filter, and these elements are about 6 inches wide, and they're approximately 3 feet long. So you take the average oil filter that you have on your car is maybe 3 inches wide and maybe 4 inches long.
Perhaps you would like to know how much power you can get with these diesels. They produce over 3 million watts of electrical power. And for one thing, you might light up the homes of everyone in Palm Springs, California, and also Greenville, South Carolina, all at the same time. Or you could also broadcast from every Clear Channel 50 kilowatt radio station in the United States, plus 7 more stations somewhere else. You could even light up 1,500 miles of city streets. We'll let you listen to one of these engines starting up, and then you can imagine what it sounds like when you've got 2 of these things going. We were able to hear these engines roaring from a half a mile away from the building as we approached it, which gives you the...
There are 2 of them, with generators capable of producing a total of over 3 million watts of electrical power. That's enough to supply the needs of a town of several thousand people.
Here's another picture of our diesel building. This is facing it from the front. I wish this was a little bit better picture, but it's a little bit overexposed. But it just gives you another general idea of how the engines look and how they are placed into the building. This is inside the building, standing at the back of the, in the shop area, and looking out to the front of the, this is actually the back of the engines. You can see to the right, this is the generator on the right that's hooked up to the engine, and that happens to be the oil filter. That big yellow cylinder in the front is the oil filter that we were just talking about a few minutes ago. Our 760-foot medium wave tower. And of course, this last picture is our picture of our, again, of our antenna, and this is the instrument that is being used to send the gospel to all of South America by medium wave. We receive letters from Argentina and Chile, people telling us that we are heard loud and clear down there, just as if it was a local station, and that's quite a few thousand miles away from where we are here in Bonaire. This happens to be a picture just inside the tower, looking up into it. And so this is the instrument, and these are the things that are being used by missionary radio to send the gospel to a lost and dying world. How happy we are to be here, and this is truly what the Lord has given us to do. And it's funny, even though you're away from home and sometimes you miss maybe some of your friends or your loved ones, but still, I think if we had to look at it objectively, we can really say that we are really happy, and we look forward to going to work each day, and it just seems to be the most natural thing to do. And how we just thank the Lord for leading us and for guiding us and directing us and putting us in this place of service for Him. And we do cover your prayers that we might be found faithful to Him and to the work that He has given us to do.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Goodbye, folks.
Bye.
Down in glory fill my soul. When at the cross the Savior made me whole. My sins were washed away, and my night was turned to day. Heaven came down and glory filled my soul. Oh, what a wonderful, wonderful day I will never forget. After I wandered in darkness away, Jesus, my Savior, I met. Oh, what a tender, compassionate friend, He made of me on my heart. Shadows dispelling with joy I am telling, He made all the darkness depart. Heaven came down and glory filled my soul. When at the cross the Savior made me whole. My sins were washed away, and my night was turned to day. Heaven came down and glory filled my soul.
Oh, Warren, the kids all sang for you tonight. We hope you enjoy this. Now we're going to play it back and see what it sounds like. Warren, these are the kids in the church up in Hackettstown, New Jersey. And we've had a wonderful time with these kids. And now they just took up an offering for you, and we'll send it down to you very quickly. Good night now. Lord bless you.
Today we have a very special dedication for friends who are near and dear to Transworld Radio. Today is the 35th wedding anniversary of Mr. and Mrs. Wally Jones of Lincoln Park, New Jersey, in the United States. Wally has written to us here at Music and You and has requested us to send greetings to his wife Helen. These greetings also come from son Warren and daughter-in-law Bev, who are members of our missionary team here on Bonaire. Congratulations to the Wally Joneses from all the friends at Transworld Radio and from your greatest fan, yours truly, Bob Pierce. May the Lord draw you closer to each other and to himself. The song is none other than your favorite, Great is Thy Faithfulness.
When she starts talking, stop. What? You did? Oh, yes. Where did you get that bone? Where did you get that bone? You want to bury it someplace? Come on. What? I love you. What's the matter? Dutch. Come on, tell Daddy. What? What you made it? What? What you made it? What? What you made it? What? Oh, come on.
He's afraid of it. Just lay it down.
Tell me all about it. What you made it? Is it true? Is that true? Well, Winky, what? Is that true? What? Is that true? Oh my goodness. You did?
Yes.
Is that so? Oh. Tell Daddy. Come on. And she starts letting go. What? What you made it? Come here. Come here, tell Daddy. Come here. Here. What you made it? What? What? What you made it? Come on. Wow. What you made it here? Hey, come here. Come here. Winky. What? What you made it? What? What? Hey. What? Winky, come here. What's the matter? Man, I got it. Don't touch this. Right. Hey, come on. Tell us. What you made? Here, take a dog one way.
Just let it turn.
Yeah. Come on. Come on. Oh, what you made? What? You were telling us quite a big story there, weren't you? All right, I'll pick her up and put the bone. Put it in here and she wants to bury it.
This is Jerry from the Lawrence Welk program, the organist who died.
Steal? Really?
Oh, yeah.
Steal everything that isn't there. Well, colored people down here just shouldn't cut your throat and look at you, that's for sure. Well, I'll keep my distance.
Well, up here it's the same. We have the same problems, only they're not publicized.
Well, every night we have always muggers on the streets, you know. They go up and they beat everybody up, like 5 or 6 Negro fellows will walk along. You see one white man, they'll just beat him up to a pulp and take his money and just leave him dead most of the time.
They just do it just for the heck of it.
Yeah, just because it's an easy way to make money. They'll knock off.
They don't get caught for it.
Oh, yeah, they get caught, but not always. I mean, and if you pass 2 Negroes on the street in a dark night, it's just too bad for you because they walk on each side of it, and just as they pass it, they both hit you at the same time. You know.
I'm scared to walk on the street.
Yeah. Well, listen, even when I drive through the streets at night, I have my doors locked and the windows up. I don't dare.
Your car doors?
Oh, sure. I don't dare ride with a car door open or unlocked.
You know, a friend of ours was riding on the street. And 2 of them came up. They told him to get out of his car. They got out. They had a gun. They got in his car and they drove away and left him stranded right on the road.
Took his money and everything else. You never saw his car again?
Closed his car.
Really? And did they
8 o'clock at night, broad daylight. Mm-hmm. Stopped for a traffic light, and then one guy came around the back on the left side of him, and the other guy on the right side.
They're terrible. Golly, I never heard of them.
We have problems.
This was in there, and he says, Bob Callahan, and I walked up there, you know. And then I walked back, you know, he always does it. He says, Bob Callahan, and I walked back again, he says, Bob Callahan. And then I walked back again, he says, Maxine Wilson, and I walked back again, he says, Maxine Wilson. Walked back again, Maxine Wilson.
But we did get a chance to put on a Christmas production. We had a lot of fun. And I think, too, that a lot of the adults had fun. And I know Janet had fun, didn't you, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was a lot of work, but we had a good time. And now hope to, now that we've got the major work out of the way, such as stage construction and a few dozen puppets built, that we could now spend some more time on working up techniques and so forth, and perhaps put on some more dramas, maybe one at Easter time or something like that. We just don't know, as the Lord will lead at this point. I just went over this tape that you sent to us again today, before we erased it and put on this little tape for you. And I do appreciate all the advice you gave in it. As I say, now we have constructed our theater, and it's amazing. I had forgotten some of the things that you had suggested, but it's amazing the fact that we did some of those things anyhow, even though not directly remembering all the things that you had said. But we did build our stage, what was it, honey, about 7 feet tall? Yeah. 7 feet tall, roughly, built in 3 sections. Actually, we actually built it similar to the little diagram that you sent down in the Xerox copy, piece of paper, an article evidently that you ran across that you sent down to us. And we built it something along that order, 3 sides, made it out of 1x2 wood stock with, made a frame. 2 frames for the front and 1 for each of the sides, so we had a total of 4 frames in each section. Each section was, roughly, what would it be? About 2.5 feet, 2.25 feet tall, so when all 3 got together, the total height of the whole unit was something around 7 feet. It was 6 feet wide. The 2 front sections were 3 feet in across, so we had 6 foot wide. That way all 4 of us, as you mentioned in your tape, could get behind it and still have room to move. We had an opening of 6 feet, which proved very, very nice. And we did lose some of that with our curtain, but it was still a very nice thing. I constructed the whole unit so it'll fit entirely in our Volkswagen.
And make it if I put heart great love divine, for my will, and pray. I know surrender, Lord, in
Friends, I trust that in 1970, all believers in Christ will have this one desire on their hearts and minds: to be close to Thee, dear Lord. The Bison Glee Club are going to sing this number today for us, and we'd like to play it for George Wilson and Samuel McQueen with greetings from Miriam McFuller of Ginger House, Jamaica. The close of each day bring the echo from our hearts. Now thank we all our God. Mr. Vivian Crawford of Kingston, Jamaica would like to send greetings today to his mother in appreciation for her Christian guidance. A wonderful tribute to a godly mother. Friends, you've been listening to Music and You, coming to you from Trans World Radio on the island of Bonaire in the Netherlands and Tips. Script arrangement today was by Joan Britton. Our control room engineers today were Denny Milgate and Tony Myers. Thank you, gentlemen, for helping us out on Music and You. And this is your musical host, Bob Pierce, thanking you for joining us today. And at the same time, I'd like to invite you to be with us tomorrow, right here, for more music and you. is the international sound of the Caribbean. Trans World Radio on Bonaire, Netherlands, Antilles, where the temperature out under the moon in the wintertime is a perfect 75 degrees. And now here's the news gathered by the facilities of the Associated Press, assembled and read in the trans...